If we declare a variable using var, the declaration part will be hoisted to the scope top. If we console log the variable prior to its declaration, we will not get any error messages. We will get undefined, which is the default variable value. If we declare a variable using let, the declaration part will not be hoisted, but a temporal dead zone will be created between the let statement and the scope top. Inside this zone, the variable cannot be used. Next, we create a function and name it test. Then we invoke it on line 3. The test function is defined on line 4 but invoked on line 3. What kind of result will we get? We can see the function has been invoked successfully. This is because the declaration of a function will also be hoisted to the scope top. But unlike the declaration of a variable, the function name and the function body will be hoisted to the scope together. This is why we can invoke a function in front of its declaration. Next, we declare a global variable using the same name as the function. Then at the top of the scope, we console log test. What kind of result will we get this time? We can see we got the function body. The conclusion is the hoisting of a function is higher than that of a variable. Next, behind the function and variable declaration, we console log test again. We can see this time we got the variable value, not the function body. The conclusion is the declaration of a variable overrides that of a function. If in the same scope we name a function and a variable the same, at the end, the name will represent the variable, not the function. Hoisting, however, works in the opposite way. A function hoisting will override a variable hoisting. Next, let's try a more complicated scenario. We create a function, outer. We name its argument, test. Inside the outer function, we declare a variable using var and name it test. Then we create a child function and also name it test. We console log test at the top of the function scope. Then at the end of the function scope, we console log test again. What kind of result will we get this time? We invoke the outer function and set its argument value to hello. We can see the first console log gives us the child function. The second one gives us the value of the test variable, not the argument value we pass to the outer function. This proves the argument has the lowest priority inside a function scope. Actually, the argument name is treated as a variable name in the function scope. Defining an argument actually means declaring a variable inside the function scope. We can prove this. Inside the outer function, we declare test using let. Unlike var, let does not allow us to repeatedly declare the same variable. If we run the program, we will get an error message. We can see the error is caused by line 13, where we declare test using let. It told us the identifier test has already been declared. We will get the same error message if we repeatedly declare the same variable using let. This proves the name test has already been declared as a variable in the function scope. The conclusion is, defining an argument will create a variable under the argument name in the function scope.